Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, then welcome. I'm Lauren. So today I'm going to make the full transition into a brunette. I am so excited because it's been years since I have had like my natural hair color or like any brown color that isn't this color I'm rocking right now. It's up right now because I worked out this morning and I also showered, so it's a little like wet and gross and frizzy. So I just clipped it up so I could do this intro. So for a while I've been highlighting my hair. I want to say I was 17 when I first started like bleaching it, and I haven't done anything to it since then. But back in high school I used to like transition a lot. I would go from like blondish hair back to brown. I would go back and forth a lot. There was one time that I went from blonde to red, and that was an interesting time. But my mom, she hated it, so she dyed brown on top of the red and it made it look really pretty, like auburnish color, which I loved. And then like a year later, I want to say like junior year of high school, I wanted to go back to blonde, but the red hadn't like completely faded out, so I bleached it and it was orange, and at the time I didn't know what to do with my hair, so I just dyed it brown, and then I let it rest until the last month of my senior year, literally the month I graduated. I think it was probably a couple days before my high school graduation. I started going blonde, and I haven't looked back ever since. I went all of college as a blonde, and I think it's time. I don't think I've ever filmed a YouTube video with like brown hair, or like maybe it was a little darker blonde, but not like fully dark, so I'm excited. Let's get into it. So these are the hair colors that I bought. I got the Ion Demi Permanent Cream Hair Color in 6N, and I also got the 10 Volume Developer. I only got one, so hopefully this works well. But I watched a lot of videos of people using this 6N color, that's Demi Permanent. Normally when I use permanent hair color, I would go for like a 5N or like a 4-ish. But I was reading reviews about Demi Permanent hair color because I've never used it before, and people were saying that you want to go like 2 shades lighter than the outcome because apparently it gets darker than what it says it's going to get. So I watched a couple of videos of people using this exact same one, the Ion 6N Demi Permanent, and there was a girl that had her hair a little bit darker blonde than me, and it came out like almost black. And then there was a girl that had kind of like more bleach blonde hair, and it came out like what it says it's gonna come out, a dark natural blonde. So, but I really need this to work because I ended up buying some Luxy hair extensions. If you guys have watched my Luxy like review video, I will put it somewhere up here, and I will also link it down below if you want to know like about Luxy hair extensions, because I really love them and I swear by them. But the ones that I have, which these are the last pair that I have, and they're the ones that I talk about in the Luxy review video. I love the quality, they still feel great, and yeah, I really love Luxy hair extensions. So I ended up buying a dark brown set of Luxy hair extensions, but I don't know if they're gonna match my hair because I've never dyed my hair with Demi Permanent hair color. So if it doesn't match, it's okay, I can still return them. So I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that this Demi Permanent hair color works out. But yeah, let's get started. Okay, I'm gonna put my hair down just so that you guys can see what it looks like. So whenever I dye my hair at home, I always have my mom do it because I just don't trust myself to get every single part. And I don't wanna make it patchy because I'm going on vacation. So I'm actually gonna have her like apply it onto my hair. Okay, but I read that you want to make this a 1:1 ratio. So the hair dye is 2.05 ounces and the developer is 4 fluid ounces. So that's just half of this and a whole thing of this. And mix that together and apply it all over my hair. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be a brunette, so let's do it. I got my Phantom of the Opera t-shirt. I'm ready. Let's do some mixing. So I'm just going to be using this little, oh, it's also Ion. But I also have the little brush. And I have a little hair dye whisk because this is life-changing. I feel like everybody needs this if you're ever gonna dye your hair. For the hair dye, I'm using the entire tube of hair dye, and then I'm doing half of the bottle of developer to get the 2 ounce to 2 ounce 1:1 ratio that I needed. And I just mixed and mixed and mixed until it was ready to be applied. So now we're getting to the good part, which is dyeing the hair, and here you can see my mom is dyeing all the blonde parts, making sure that they're nice and saturated. Pretty much the key is just to massage the dye into the hair so that there's no patches, because you guys, patches are just not it. But we actually ended up realizing we were running out of hair dye, so my mom tried her best to make it last, but there were still some parts that unfortunately didn't get as much hair dye as others, so the next day we had to go back and buy another one and fix it up. But after this process, I just left the hair dye on for 25 minutes before rinsing it out, and I was so happy with the results. Can't wait to show you guys. So are you ready? Okay, so this is what the hair looks like. It's actually been a couple of weeks since I dyed my hair, so everything that you just saw was 2 weeks ago. And the reason why it's been so long is because I was literally going to Hawaii a couple of days later, so I was packing and I just didn't have time to like do my hair and my makeup and show you guys the finished look. But yeah, so it has been a couple of weeks and I have to kind of go back. So after I washed the dye out of my hair, I decided to blow dry my hair just to see, make sure that everything was okay. My mom tried her best, but because there wasn't enough hair dye, there were some like patchy areas that were still blonde. My bang area was still blonde, as well as like these pieces here were still blonde. So we had to go back the next day, buy another bottle of the hair dye, and then do the process again just in those areas. I didn't focus the hair dye the second time on the ends because the ends actually blended really well with the extensions that I had bought, and I was scared that if I dyed them over, they were gonna get way too dark and then I couldn't wear the extensions. So my mom tried to focus it more on the roots, which is where some of the blonde pieces still were, as well as the front part. And then it was really even. However, because we did hair dye on top of hair dye, it came out a little bit darker than how it had previously come out the first time that we had done it. So it was almost black and I was kind of scared because that's not the color I was going for at all. So I decided to use a regular shampoo to try and just like wash the hair dye as much as I could so that it would lighten over time. And after I came back from Hawaii, I noticed that my hair was a completely like different color, especially at the ends, than when I had left. But actually it has lightened up to the point where it matches really well with the color of my extensions, and I'm really excited. So I'm actually wearing the extensions right now and I love it. I think it matches perfectly. I have such a good eye for color matching extensions, so if you guys ever need a color match, DM me because I got you. So my final thoughts on the hair dye, I definitely think that if you're going for a lighter look than what I currently have, do not buy the 6N Demi Permanent. Definitely go for like a 7N or higher, because your hair is going to turn out this dark. Was this the color I was going for? Actually, yes, I was going for this dark color, but I just wasn't used to it when I first dyed it because my hair was so light at the ends. But now that I've gotten used to seeing the color in the past couple of weeks and just getting used to being a brunette again, I absolutely love the color and I think it turned out great. Another thing is that you guys are going to need more than one hair dye. Even if you think you have really short hair or, you know, that you might not need it, I still recommend you guys buying another one just in case. So yeah, so those are my recommendations. I hope that you guys liked the hair tutorial, kind of. It wasn't really a tutorial, didn't do anything. My mom did my hair for me, but yeah, this is how it turned out. Like, I can't get over it. I feel like I'm having like a Cher moment with these hoops, like super 70s, and I love it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Like always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.